it's all those things that I need to separate when we're out there judging, right? It's about the barbecue.
The Texas Monthly Top 50 comes out, what, every 4 years?
Every 4 years, yes. It actually coincides with the presidential inauguration, so the same year that a president is inaugurated. But yeah, every 4 years the top 50 comes out. It's like the Olympics of barbecue, we like to say. But that 4-year separation is really helpful because it would be just sort of a big repeat of the year prior if we did it every year.
Yeah.
Every 4 years, you really get a fresh look at it, and we do have essentially a 6 to 7 month time period where we do our search, and it's really about how is your barbecue in that finite period of time.
Okay.
It's not about like how your barbecue was last list or last year.
In that moment.
It's in that moment.
And
yes.
so over 6 to 7 months, you're traveling all of Texas.
Yeah.
You've gone from where?
All over the state, all the way down from Brownsville to El Paso, up in Olton, Texas, Abilene. Let's see, all the way up to Texarkana. I mean, yeah, all of Texas, all the way down to Port Neches, where Redbird Barbecue, our number 4 barbecue joint is. So yeah, it's.
So is it safe to say you have the best job in the world?
It's a great job for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's like truly being able to turn your passion, your obsession into a day job. This was something I really just did as a blog for fun before I took the job. I was an architect in a former life, and so turning
what kind of architect?
Commercial architect.
Okay.
Yeah. So
renderings, drawings, commercial stuff. Okay.
I worked a lot on the construction side. Like, there's a tower down at Ackerd and McKinney.
Okay.
The Granite Properties and Gables apartment tower.
Okay. Do you miss any of that now?
No. I mean, I love going. I love traveling. Whether it's traveling across Texas or around the world, and I love going to see different architectural sites. And but as far as the sort of rigid 8 to 5 in your desk, that sort of job, like I don't know if I could deal with that. Having this sort of freedom to travel the state.
You were saying you need to separate the story from the barbecue, right?
Yeah, I've been doing this for 12 years now, full time. For Texas Monthly, and that means I was involved in the 2013 Top 50 and the 17 and 21 and now the 2025 version, and all the Texas Monthly barbecue festivals in between. Like, I know these people. I can probably tell you something personal about each one, or about their family life, or the struggles that they went through to get to the point where they are, or maybe the lack of struggle that they took to get to the point where they are in the barbecue world. So it's all those things that I need to separate when we're out there judging, right? It's about the barbecue. I think some people assume that because I'm a journalist and we're a magazine, that it's about the story, and we might pick the juiciest story or the most interesting characters, but that's just what comes along with the great barbecue. If it happens to come along with the great barbecue, like Ernest Cervantes and David Kirkland out of Burnt Bean being our number 1 spot, they're great people, they're great characters, but that's not why they were chosen.
Yeah. Let's talk about Dayne's.
Yes.
Dayne's did they come out of nowhere or no?
They didn't come out of nowhere. I mean, they were certainly in contention. We were looking at them for the top 10 back in 2021. But it's tough to sort of reach that pinnacle from a food truck, and they hadn't really found their home yet, right? They had, Dayne started in his backyard selling barbecue like illegally, right? And so moving to a food truck was certainly a better situation for them, but all the while, as they were moving around to different locations around Fort Worth, they were searching for their permanent home. And when we were evaluating them back in 2021, they hadn't found that permanent home yet.
And when they can't find their home, do you feel like they're also trying to find their taste too, or in that moment? Like,
it's not. I don't think so much trying to find their taste, but when you find that permanent home, you also are able to really build a community around you, right? You're able to get the community involved in your business and cheer for you, right? In a way that you can't when you're a food truck that's moving around.
Yeah.
And then just the simple fact of working from a food truck kitchen and the and the limitations that come with that,
Versus
to being able to get into
brick and mortar. Yeah.
being able to get into a brick and mortar.
They are number 4. Is that what you said? No, 7.
No, they're number 7. Yeah. So
How did they get from out of the top 10 into 7?
well, I really think having that permanent location and being able to build that team that works there, full time. Okay. I do think just like a minute improvement on each individual item too. Well, we loved their barbecue before, but it is sort of that minute improvement on each individual item. From number 1 to number 10, there's really not a ton of separation, right? We're talking about the greatest barbecue in Texas, which means we're talking about the greatest barbecue in the world, right? And so, at Dayne's, it was like that brisket just got a little bit better. Those ribs were just perfect every time. That turkey was juicier. The OG burger, I don't think it got any better because I don't think it can get any better. But for us and for the way that we search, it's about the consistency too. It's not how you wowed us on the one trip. It's what about the next one and maybe the next one after that too.
How many times did you go to Dayne's?
There were 3 different visitors to Dayne's. So yeah.
You were one of them?
Yes, I for all of the top 50, all of the top 100 are honorable mentions as well. None of them made that list without me going back to a visit in that 6-month period that we're talking about.
When you say 3 visitors, you're how many other people are with you?
Huh? They don't know who these people are.
Well, yeah, so part of the fact that I do this full time means that everybody knows who I am. Everybody in the barbecue world knows what season it is when we're out there searching, right? They know that a new top 50 is coming up. And so I'm gonna, for the most part, I'm gonna get their best, right? I mean, they can't do any more than their best. Sure. They also can't do anything about the brisket that they cooked last night. Okay. Like, that's the brisket that they've got. They've got what they've got. But we also have other people from the Texas Monthly team that go out and canvass the state as well, and come back with their scorecards and their experience. And so we really put those two together. And so with Dayne's and that consistency, a lot of it begins with that first visit from somebody that's not me, coming back who's incredibly impressed with the barbecue they're putting out, and then me going back to solidify that and make sure that original score wasn't too high or too low or whatever it might be. And with Dayne's, it was a high score to begin with, and it was certainly warranted.
What's it like when they see you walking in?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah. There are definitely some moments when I walk in, because like I said, they all know what I'm there for. They all know what time it is, and
do you just order everything?
I don't order everything, but I order a good variety. I mean, we're always looking for the sliced brisket, pork ribs, and sausage, which just about every barbecue joint in the state serves, as well as a poultry item, whether that's chicken or turkey. Ordering a variety of their sides, desserts. Like, we're looking at the whole picture.
The biggest misconception people have about what you're looking for?
The biggest misconception, I mean, I did have some people comment on the list as it came out that our top 10 write-ups don't mention the brisket enough, and maybe the brisket isn't important, but it's quite the opposite. The brisket is so important that having really fantastic brisket is really the bar that you need to hit just to be considered for the top 10. And nowadays, really to be considered for the top 50.
How about the side stuff? The side stuff?
Having great brisket used to be something really special in Texas, right? But now so many people do it so well, it's almost like an expectation.
Yeah.
And we look at the rest of it too. We're looking at the sides, looking at the inventiveness of the whole menu too. Okay. Are you going beyond the brisket, rib, sausage, and potato salad, coleslaw, and pinto beans? If you're not going beyond that, then it's not essentially a fair fight amongst all these new modern barbecue joints that are offering so much and such a variety.
In talking with the Daynes, they love their burger. They think the burger is what put them over the top or kept them in the top 10.
I mean, the burger is certainly a satisfying way to finish a meal there, but the burger isn't what did it. I mean, the burger makes an impact, right? It's a great dish, but it's not barbecue in the end.
Yeah.
Actually,
what sold it for you?
What sold it for me was the brisket. And the pork ribs were just perfect. And then they served this pork belly brisket, which is, I mean, it was absolutely perfect on the day I went. It had these layers of fat and meat, and it was juicy, not overcooked, not falling apart, but not tough. That was just spot on.
Do you understand the weight of your word?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly know what being in the top 50 means and being in the top 10. I think a lot of barbecue joints who are in the honorable mentions list this time around especially understand like what a special place that is as well. And I know that, you know, being on that list is certainly going to affect their business going forward to the next list 4 years from now. So it does make a big impact. I understand that.
I'm sure you get criticism too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, people argue over this list, and I mean, what fun would it be if everybody agreed, right? There wouldn't be any need for the list or for my job, for that matter, if everybody agreed on what the best barbecue was out there.
What's the worst thing someone's called you?
Well, I mean, the worst thing is when somebody questions my integrity and claims that I'm paid in some way by different barbecue joints, or that my friendships with different pit masters is what swayed me one way or the other. Usually the people who seem to be the most mad are those who make the top 50 but not the top 10, which is strange to me. It's like, so my big punishment to you is putting you in the top 50? That's hard for me to wrap my head around. We see it as such an honor at Texas Monthly.
If you're in the top 10 in Texas, where are you probably in the country?
Well, last year I published a list of the best Texas-style barbecue all over the country. And we put out a top 50 list, actually 53, and a top 10 to go along with that too. And the thing that surprised me most about traveling the country is just how well some of those top 10 places on that list, especially the 1, 2, and 3 places, would match up with the rest of Texas barbecue. Yeah. And Texas barbecue in Texas is better than it's ever been, and outside of Texas as well. In this specific list, I think we narrowed it down to 319 different barbecue joints that as a team we visited. I think in that...
How big is your team?
25 people plus me.
Okay.
And then in that time period, in that 6-month time period, I think I went to nearly 200 barbecue joints myself. I know that in 2025, from January 1st to from January 1st to March 2nd, which was our last day of eating for the list, I went to 108 barbecue joints in that 2-month period. So yeah, we cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, that's a lot of brisket.
Twice a day.
It's a lot of brisket, yeah, twice a day. I mean, the expense reports get a little crazy. I think one of the things is, and I've urged our other tasters and editors to embrace these facts. Like $26,000 we spent on barbecue, the reimbursements that we gave to all of our team and myself for the money we spent in barbecue in that 7 months. So, we do the groundwork, that's for sure.
North Texas has 2 in the top 10.
Yes.
Is that big? Is that a big deal?
Yeah, it is a big deal. I mean, it is, in 2021, Cadillac Barbecue was up there in the Dallas area, Panther City and Fort Worth, and then of course Goldie's was our #1 joint. Goldie's remains at #3, and we've got Dayne's now at #7. I think I certainly wish that as a Dallasite myself, I wish there was more new barbecue energy in Dallas proper. Fort Worth certainly seems to be taking the cake in that, in the Fort Worth area. As far as new barbecue joints opening up, there's far more to search for in Fort Worth than there is in Dallas these days.